My name is Margaret and I'm going to dissect the sheep brain, which is right here, and I'm gonna name the following parts. Okay, let's get started. The brain is covered by a very tough tissue here, right here, which I'm gonna take it out. This is the dura mater or the meninges. I'm gonna remove it out. I'm gonna take this tough tissue by cutting it out. It's a tough tissue. It's a very tough tissue. It's not easy to take it out, but I'm trying. Carefree. I'm being gentle and doing it carefully, not to mess up. Don't want to mess up with any part of the brain. And here are the optic nerves. These ones. These are the optic nerves. Two of them. We have the left and the right. So, and beneath the tough tissue down here, right here, is the optic tract. The optic tract, right here. Now I'm gonna remove all this. Good. I don't want to cut down the optic nerves. So here is the optic nerves. Right here. The optic nerves. And down here, just at the bottom of it, we have the optic tract. Whew. I'm gonna be careful with my okay. So now this is the brain. Has two hemisphere. We have the right hemisphere and the left hemisphere. And the top here, this is where we have, this is the cerebrum. The cerebrum. And we have ridges and grooves. And the ridges are called gyrus. One gyrus, and the groove is what we call the sulcus. The sulcus, that's the groove, and we have the ridge, which is the gyrus. Then along this deep groove here, this is the longitudinal fissure, and right here, this is the central sulcus. Central sulcus, and this is the frontal lobe. The frontal lobe, we have the right and the left frontal lobe. Right here we have the right and the left parietal lobe. And right behind here at the back of the cerebrum, we have the occipital lobe, right and left. Then right here at the side of the brain of the cerebrum is where we have the temporal lobe, right here. Oof. Got to be careful. Oof. Right here is the temporal lobe, and we have the occipital lobe here. And then this structure here, this part, is the cerebellum. Cerebellum here. And then we have the lateral sulcus. The lateral sulcus is right here. The lateral sulcus. Right there. And then we're gonna now turn it like this. Right here in front, we have the olfactory nerve. That is the olfactory bulb right here. And another one here. And if you This is the olfactory. And when you go down, 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 down with it, you come across the olfactory tract here. This is the bulb, and then the tract down here. From there, we need to see the tiny, tiny, tiny. We have the spinal cord here, right down here. And from here, the first bump here, we have the medulla oblongata. After medulla oblongata, the second bump here is the pons. And then after the pons, we have the, from here, right here to here, we have the midbrain here. Midbrain, pons, and then we have medulla oblongata, and then we have the spinal cord. Now I'm going to dissect. I'm going to dissect the brain like this into two equal parts along the longitudinal fissure. Right, like this. And we can see, we're gonna identify the corpus callosum, which joins the two hemispheres. I'm gonna try to open up the two hemispheres, and right down there, gonna see the corpus callosum. Good. All right, now I have two hemispheres, and from the two hemispheres, we are going to identify some parts. It's very delicate. All right. So this is the cerebellum, and then right here I have the corpus callosum here, right here, this one. And then I have the let me see we have the thalamus right here. Right here is the thalamus. And right here, after here we have the pineal gland. This is the pineal gland. I hope you can see it well. I don't know how I said this is the thalamus, pineal gland, and then just right below the thalamus, down here we have the hypothalamus. Hypothalamus, just below the thalamus. Down here, thalamus, hypothalamus. From there, we need to see the midbrain, then midbrain. So from right here, we have the spinal cord. After the spinal cord, we have the first bump. Is the it's breaking down. After the spinal cord, we have medulla oblongata. After medulla oblongata, the next one we have the pons. Here is the pons, and then we have this breaking point. The breaking point here we have the midbrain. Let's check on this. It could be better. Yeah. Have the spinal cord here, from here to here. Medulla oblongata. The pons here. And then we have the midbrain right here. Then we need to see the oculometer nerve. Oculometer nerve. We're gonna identify where it is. There is. Let's look for it. Let's put these two parts together. Breaking down like that. So I'm gonna turn it upside down so that we can identify the oculometer nerve, which is right down here. Here, just inferior to the optic nerves. Here we have the oculometer nerve, and then right here you're gonna see the trochlear nerve somewhere here hidden. Trochlear nerve, tiny little bit here. That's where we have the trochlear nerve. Jesus. All right, that's it. And that is our brain. We said this is the frontal lobe, parietal lobe. We have the temporal lobe here. Behind here we have the occipital lobe here. And then this is the cerebellum. And on top here, this is the cerebrum. And then we have the central sulcus and the lateral sulcus here. Thank you. That's the wrist once more.